Hello friends and my dear students, welcome back to my channel Phoenix Physics. Today we are going to discuss exercise problems. The position vectors particle has length 1 meter and makes 30 degree with the x-axis. What are the lengths of x and y component of position vector? Actually we mark position vector as r vector. Here L is our position vector. What is given? L value is given, that is 1 meter, theta is given, that is 30 degree. Here this is my position vector L. Here I have angle theta. So adjacent side of this angle is nothing but cos theta and this side is nothing but vertical component, so sin theta. In this triangle, consider this triangle alone. In this triangle, how do you find out cos theta? Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. So adjacent side is Lx divided by hypotenuse is L. So suppose I want to find out Lx means L cos theta, right? Here L is 1 cos 30 degree. What is cos 30 degree? That is root 3 by 2. So L value is root 3 by 2. Similarly, I want to find out sin theta also. What is sin theta for this angle? Opposite side by hypotenuse, that is Ly divided by L. Suppose I want to find out Ly means L sin theta. You know the L value, 1 into sin theta is 30 degree. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. So your answer is 1 by 2 or 0.5. How do you write the position vector? That is L can be written as Lx I vector plus Ly j vector. You know the Lx value, that is root 3 by 2 I vector plus 0.5 j vector. This is our position vector L. That's all. Second problem, a particle has its position moved from r1 is equal to 3i vector plus 4j vector to r2 vector is equal to I vector plus 2j vector. Calculate the displacement vector delta r and draw the r1, r2 and delta r vectors in a two-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. If it is two-dimensional means the x and y axis. So this is my x axis and y axis. I have two vectors r1 and r2. The resultant vector is our delta r. What is given? r1 is equal to 3i vector plus 4j vector. r2 value is given. r2 is equal to I vector plus 2j vector. I want to find out the displacement vector delta r. What is the formula? Delta r is equal to r2 vector minus r1 vector. r2 vector is I vector plus 2j vector minus 3i vector plus 4j vector. How do you write this? I vector plus 2j vector minus 3i vector minus 4j vector. So your answer is minus 2i vector minus 2j vector. Take 2 common, that is 2 is equal to minus I vector minus j vector, or you can write minus 2 means I vector plus j vector. This is our delta r vector value. What is this delta r? This is nothing but displacement vector. Next problem, calculate the average velocity of the particle whose position vector changes from r1 that is equal to 5i vector plus 6j vector to r2 vector that is equal to 2i vector plus 3j vector in a time 5 seconds. What is given? r1 is given, r1 is equal to 5i vector plus 6j vector. R2 is given, that is 2i vector plus 3j vector. Time 5 seconds. What is the formula for average velocity? V average is equal to, that is delta R divided by delta T. Delta T is 5 seconds. I hope you know that. So how do you find out delta R? That is R2 minus R1, T2 minus T1, which is nothing but delta T. Substitute R2 and R1 value, 2i vector plus 3j vector minus 5i vector plus 6j vector divided by 5. So 2 minus 5 minus 3i vector, here minus 3j vector divided by 5. Take minus 3 outside, I vector plus j vector divided by 5. This is our average velocity, V average. So V average is equal to minus 3 I vector plus j vector divided by 5. Fourth problem, convert the vector R vector is equal to 3i vector plus 2j vector into unit vector. What is given? R vector is equal to 3i vector plus 2j vector. You know the formula. Unit vector R can be written as R cap, which is equal to R vector divided by modulus of R vector. So R vector is 3i vector plus 2j vector divided by square root of 3 square plus 2 square. So 3i vector plus 2j vector divided by 9 plus 4. Your answer is 3i vector plus 2j vector divided by 13. So this is our R cap, unit vector. Problem number 5. What are the resultants of the vector product of two given vectors given by A is equal to 4i minus 2j plus k vector and B vector is equal to 5i plus 3j minus 4k vector. Here vector product means, how do you write A cross B? So you have to find out A cross B. What is given? A vector is equal to 4i vector minus 2j vector plus k vector. B vector is equal to 5i vector plus 3j vector minus 4k vector. Now we are going to find out A cross B. How do you find out A cross B? First you write I vector, j vector, then k vector. Then you write the coefficient, that is 4, minus 2, 1, 5, 3, minus 4. How do you find out I vector? If it is I vector means leave this column, leave this row. Multiply these two numbers like this. First, minus 4 into minus 2 plus 8 minus 3 into 1, 3. Next you have to put minus sign here, then j vector. If it is j vector means leave this column and leave this row. Then you multiply these two. 4 into 4 minus 16 minus 5 into 1 5 plus k vector. K vector means leave this column, leave this row. Now you multiply these two, that is 12 minus 10. So minus 10. How do you write? 8 minus 3, 5. 8 minus 3, 5i vector. Minus 16 minus 5, that is minus 21. Here also I have minus, so minus into minus plus 21 j vector. Here 12 minus into minus plus 10. 12 plus 10, 22. So 22 k vector. This is our A cross B. Problem number 6. An object at an angle such that horizontal range is 4 times of the maximum height. What is the angle of projection of the object? What they asked, theta value we have to find. Then what is given? horizontal range. So range is equal to 4 times maximum height, that is H max. That is range formula, range R is equal to U square sine 2 theta divided by G. H max formula is U square sine square theta divided by 2G. Right? This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Substitute in this equation. Substitute 1 and 2 in equation 1. So, U square sine 2 theta divided by G is equal to 4 times H max. H max formula is U square sine square theta divided by 2G. Cancel this G, cancel this 2, that is 2 here, cancel this U square, remaining is sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine square theta. You know the formula, sine 2 theta can be written as 2 sine theta cos theta, that is equal to 2 sine square theta. So cancel this 2, cancel one sine theta, so remaining is cos theta is equal to sine theta. You bring this cos theta to denominator, so 1 is equal to sine theta divided by cos theta. Sine theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta. Tan theta is equal to 1. If you want to find out theta means tan inverse of 1. So 45 degree, tan 45 degree is 1. So your angle theta is equal to 45 degree. This is your answer. Problem number 7. The following graphs represent velocity time graph. Identify what kind of motion a particle undergoes in each graph. Here all the graphs are drawn between velocity and time. Look at the first graph. Here you can get the straight line. Straight line means, what is the meaning? The velocity is increasing uniformly. Why did I say velocity is increasing uniformly? Here 0 second, if t is equal to 0 means v is also 0. If t is equal to 1 means velocity moved this much. T is equal to 2, this much, 3. So v is increasing uniformly. Then what about a? How do you find out a? Draw one slope. The slope value will give acceleration. Line means the slope is always constant. You can draw the slope between any 2 points in the line. You can get the constant value. So v is increasing uniformly means a is constant. Look at the second graph, that is b graph. Here at t is equal to 0, v is also 0. It maintains the same velocity. So v is constant. If it is constant means a value is 0. You know the formula, dv by dt. dv by dt means differentiation of velocity with respect to time. So v is constant, your a value is 0. This is for second graph. Look at the third graph. Here v increases uniformly, but one difference is there. It is similar to our first diagram, but here v does not start from the origin. Look at the fourth graph. Here v changes like this. V changes with time. So a also varies with time. That is why I mentioned a is a variable. The following velocity time graph represent a particle moving in the positive x direction. Analyze its motion from 0 to 7 seconds. Calculate the displacement covered and distance travelled by the particle from 0 to 2 seconds. Look at the graph. Here the graph is plotted between velocity and time. You can get the curve like this. First we have to analyze the motion from 0 to 7 seconds. Our origin, so O, here A, this point is B, this peak is C, again this position is D. Okay, so you just name it like this. Now from 0 to 1 second, this is my 0 and this is 1. From 0 to 1 second, the graph is like this. So V is decreasing. Suppose if the graph is drawn in this direction, means V is increasing uniformly. V is increasing uniformly. Here the graph is downwards, so V is decreasing uniformly. So V is negative, so A is also negative. Then 1 to 1.5 second, from A to B, 1 to 1.5 second. Here velocity increases slowly. At B it reaches 0. I am talking about this line. Velocity increases slowly and reaches 0 at B. From 1.5 second to 2 second. So this is my 2, right? 1.5 to 2 second means B to C. B to C, the velocity is increasing uniformly like this. Velocity is increasing uniformly. If it is increasing velocity means A is constant. V is positive, so A is constant. Then from C to E, here I have named as D. So from C to E, 2 to 5 second, the velocity is constant like this. Velocity is constant means A is 0. Then from 5 to 6 second, velocity is again decreasing. Velocity is decreasing means V is negative, so A is also negative. From 6 to 7 second, no velocity component, that is V is 0. We cannot find acceleration also. That's all about subdivision A. We have to find out the distance traveled by the particle from 0 to 2 second. This is my 0 second and this is my 2 second. Graph is like an inverted triangle. You know the triangle formula. You just name the triangle OAB plus. Here also this is my 2 second. So here I have one small triangle. You name it as BCD. Triangle BCD. How do you find out the area of the triangle? You know the formula, half BH. So here for this triangle half BH, for this triangle formula, area formula is half BH. Here 1 by 2, then base is up to this 1 and here 0.5. So 1.5 is our base. Then height here 2, actually this is minus 2. You know that distance means we have to take only the magnitude. That is why I didn't put minus sign here. So 1 by 2 into 1.5 into 2. This height is triangle height. So 1 by 2 into 1.5 into 2. Cancel this 2. Your answer is 1.5 plus. Here for this triangle the base is here 0.5. 1.5 here 2. The difference is 0.5. So your baseline is 0.5 and the height of the triangle is 1. So substitute 1 here. Cancel this 0.25. 1.5 plus 0.25. Your answer is 1.75. So the distance travelled by the particle from 0 to 2 seconds is 1.75. Next we are going to calculate displacement. Displacement is a vector quantity, so it has magnitude and direction. This triangle is in the negative direction and this triangle is in the positive direction. This triangle value is minus 1.5. Here this is positive value plus 0.25. Your answer is 1.5, 0. Your answer is minus 1.25. Distance means we have to take only the magnitude. If it is displacement means we have to consider the direction also. So minus 1.5 for this triangle, this is 1.5. We have already found the value in the distance formula. Here this is 1.5 but it is in the negative direction, so minus 1.5. In this triangle, that is BCD is in the positive x direction, positive side, so 0 plus 0.25. Just add these two, you can get the answer as minus 1.25. Problem number 9. A particle is projected at an angle of theta with respect to the horizontal direction. Match the following for the above motion. This is nothing but horizontal projection. So you know the diagram. Here the ux is our horizontal velocity and uy is our vertical velocity. Initially the vertical velocity is this much. After that it is decreases. At this point, here this point is our maximum height, h max. At this point uy, the vertical velocity is 0 but the horizontal velocity is same everywhere. After this position, here uy started to increase and finally it reaches 0. Here vx, instead of ux they have given vx. This is nothing but our horizontal velocity. This vy is vertical velocity, acceleration you know, position vector you know. Here horizontal velocity is constant, so you should match like this. Horizontal velocity is constant, vx is constant. Then vertical velocity decreases and reaches 0, again increases. So your option is like this, decreases and increases. Then acceleration is always downwards because any object will attract towards the earth due to our gravitational force. So A remains downwards. Then position vector varies. The position of the object varies, right? Initially the object is here, then reaches this position and finally it reaches the ground. So your position vector varies. This is your answer. Problem number 10. A water fountain on the ground sprinkles water all around it. If the speed of the water coming out of the fountain is V, calculate the total area around the fountain that gets wet. This is our fountain. It sprinkles water around this area. So it is nothing but a circle, right? Here this is our maximum limit. This is our maximum limit. How do you find out the area of the circle? You know the formula. Area of the circle is pi r square. This is the formula. Here what is given? Speed is given. Speed is equal to V. Now this is our maximum. It is similar to our radius also. So instead of r, you should write r max. What is the formula for r max? R max is equal to u square sin 2 theta divided by g. Here u is v. So you substitute v square sin 2 theta divided by g. When do you get this value as maximum? Sin theta value as maximum at 45 degree. When theta is equal to 45 degree means sin 2 theta means 90 degree, sin 91. Your answer is R max is equal to V square by G. This is R max. Now how do you find out area? Area is equal to pi R square. R value you know, substitute V square divided by G the whole square because R square. So your answer is pi V power 4 divided by G square. This is A. That's all. Problem number 11. The following table gives the range of a particle when thrown on different planets. All the particles are thrown at the same angle with the horizontal and with the same initial speed. Arrange the planets in ascending order according to their acceleration due to gravity. Based on the g value, we have to arrange the order. First, some of the planets' name and their range is given. You know the range formula, r is equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. This is our range formula. Here what is given? Angle theta is same, then initial speed is same. So u is same and theta is same. So here the variable one is g. So r is inversely proportional to 1 by g. What is the meaning? If r increases, g decreases. If r decreases, g increases. Okay. So which planet has the maximum range? The minimum range for the planet, minimum range is for Jupiter. The maximum range is for Mercury because 95 meter. The minimum range value is for Jupiter, that is 50 meter. Now see, R maximum means G decreases, so G is smaller. R decreases means G is maximum, so G is greater. That's all. Number 12. The resultant of two vectors A and B is perpendicular to vector A and its magnitude is equal to half of the magnitude of vector B, then the angle between A and B is. We have to find out the angle between A and B. We have to find out this angle. Okay. So, have you seen this diagram? We have already seen this diagram in vector addition. I have taken the same diagram for this problem. Here this is my A vector and this is my B vector. This is resultant vector. This resultant vector makes an angle alpha with A vector. Here what is given? It is perpendicular. The resultant of two vector is perpendicular to vector A. So alpha is given, that is 90 degree. Here we have to find out the angle between A and B. This angle is theta, but I need this angle. The total one is 180 degree. I want this angle alone. So how do you find out this angle? That is 180 degree minus theta. I want this angle alone. Okay. What is given? The resultant, the magnitude of resultant vector is half of magnitude of B vector, that is B by 2. This data is given. Then alpha is given, that is 90 degree. You know the resultant, magnitude of resultant vector formula, that is R is equal to square root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. This is magnitude of resultant vector formula. We have already studied this in vector addition concept. Then how do you find out this alpha? And alpha is equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. We have already derived these two formula in our vector addition concept. Here alpha value is given 90 degree. You know that alpha is equal to 90 degree. Tan 90 degree is equal to infinity. By 0 is equal to B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. Cross multiply these two. So A plus B cos theta equal to 0. Want to find out A. A means minus B cos theta. Bring this plus B cos theta to the right hand side. You know A value. Substitute in equation 1. Which is our equation 1? This is our equation 1. Here R value is given. R is B by 2. So B by 2 is equal to square root of a square means minus b cos theta the whole square plus b square plus 2. Instead of a you substitute minus b cos theta. Here I have b cos theta. So minus b cos theta whole square means b square cos square theta plus b square. Here minus b into b, that is minus 2b square cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta. Here I have b square. Just add these two, you can get minus b square cos square theta. B by 2 is equal to, take b square outside. So b square is b square into 1 minus cos square theta. So what is cos 1 minus cos square theta? You know the relation, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So 1 minus cos square theta is nothing but sin square theta. So b square sin square theta. So take it from root. So b sin theta is your answer. Here I have b by 2. Cancel this. So 1 by 2 equal to sin theta. Then what about theta? Theta is equal to sin inverse of 1 by 2. So sin inverse of 1 by 2 is nothing but 30 degree. Finally, we found out theta value. We know the theta value, but we want to find out angle between A and B. Angle between A and B is, therefore, the angle between A and B is 180 degree minus theta, right? So angle between A and B is 180 degree minus theta. Theta value just now we found out 30 degree. So 180 degree minus 30 degree, your answer is 150 degree. I hope this video is useful to you. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my video. Thank you.